trouble. Of the half a dozen trips and a half a dozen slips and the very latest bursting of the bubble. 'Tis pretty hard to sing and like a round and ring, 'tis a dreadful knotty puzzle to unravel. Though all the papers swore when we touched Virginia shore that Richmond was a hard road to travel. Then pull off your overcoat and roll up your sleeve, for Richmond is a hard road to travel. Then pull off your overcoat and roll up your sleeve, for Richmond is a hard road to travel.
Where I've been doing some relic hunting lately on an old piece of the Civil War road, so try to look at that side so you don't know exactly where I'm at. But anyway, so we're heading out that direction right now, and hopefully I can continue yard hunting at some of these sites where the neighbors are going to let me hunt. So we'll come back to you when we get on a site. Second hunt of the year, first hunt of the year, found a horseshoe. Didn't turn out to be too lucky, but I'm back on a site that I was at probably back in November. Found a few bullets in the yard, and I just got my first one here. It's a sharps. Doing yard hunting, and you can see I'm not very far off the Civil War road, but it's a nice drop sharps carbine. So we'll go ahead and take that and keep going. That's going to have a nice patina on it, so we'll come back to you and find something else. Thanks for watching. And they said this place has been hunted before, and this ground is, even though it's this very neutral ground, it's got some squirreliness to it, lots of junk and stuff, but I got a good signal here, my first good signal, and it's down in the hole, so let's see what it is together. Okay, so it's only about 3 inches. I think it's about 3 inches here on the, got a root in the way, but it's right under this root here, you can probably see. I don't want to see it right there. There, got a 3-ringer, I think. Yep, 3-ringer. Alright, go ahead and recover that. And we're going to show the landowner when we're done what we find. So far, this is the only good target that I've recovered out of here. Everything else has been garbage, but and this one didn't come in good. So, proud to have that. We'll come back to you in a bit. Signal in the hole. It sounds like a bullet. Let's see. Alright, nope, it's a dime. Dang, clad dime. Oh well. We'll come back to you and find something else. Well, I just got this big old nice axe head here. Looks like it's, I think it's made this way to be off center, maybe so you can, you know, it's like sort of like an adze, so you can kind of square up logs. I could be mistaken, but it looks like it's kind of meant to be that way. Of course, it might have broken, but it's a nice axe head. I'm going to put that near the tree for right now and come back and get it after that. So we'll come back to you later. Out of this yard, it's another 3-ringer. This was only about 2 inches down. That's another good find. There's one up under these roots over here. I can't even get to it. I may come back in a little while, see if I can saw it out. But I know there's one down there. I just can't get to it. These roots on this tree are so interwoven thick, there's no way to get to it. But hey, that's a nice recovery right there. We'll take that and keep going. Come back to you. Okay, can you see that there? This is barely under the ground. I wasn't even going to dig it. It came up as a 55. I wasn't going to dig it, but I got part of a brass stirrup right there. That's really nice. I wasn't even going to dig this because it's so close to the top. I thought, I'm right by the road. I thought it was garbage. Dang, it ain't part of a stirrup. I'm going to see if the rest of it's here, maybe. I'll come back to you. Okay, here's a quick wrap-up of my last 2 hunts. Last week, I went out to the spot where I found this iron stirrup, and I found a few bullets, and didn't have any luck finding any more bullets, but I did find this little worn shoe here. It's pretty small, so it's either, I'm not an expert on horseshoes, so I'm not sure if it's from a horse or if this is from a mule, but anyway, it did provide me some luck this week when I went back out. I went and got permission on a spot I already had permission on, and found a bullet out there that I didn't find last time. So that kind of, at least I knew I wasn't going home empty-handed. It's a nice 52 caliber Sharps carbine. And then I went next door and got permission at the yard beside me, and the gentleman said that he'd actually found a couple of breastplates in his yard, so that got me excited. Well, I didn't find any breastplates today, but and he said there'd never been a metal detector run through it. It's just something that when they were doing yard work had been tilled up. But I did find a couple of bullets today, a couple of drop mini balls. These are both 58 caliber. You can kind of see they're just plain mini balls. Are both dropped. This one's a little bit damaged from being in the ground. Probably got squished a little bit. But the best find was part of a brass stirrup. It's broken, of course. I looked hard to see if I could find the rest of it, but it was not there. And you can see it looks much like the iron stirrup. You can see how it would have been used, and the parts that are missing from the iron one that's there. But I think this one's rather dainty. So I think this is probably maybe a civilian manufacturer. Again, I'm not a big expert on stirrups, but it is period, I think, and it's probably civilian use if I had to guess. And the site I'm hunting supposedly had a very old house there, so that kind of makes sense. Everyone had to ride horses back then, or relied on horses for their transportation, so that makes sense that would have might have been how they got around. This is probably from something they had there, kind of civilian made, because this is looks very flimsy and wouldn't really hold up to the rigors of combat. But anyway, it was a good find. So I'd never found never found a whole stirrup before, and now I found one and almost a half here in the last couple months. So that's kind of cool. So anyway, thanks for coming along with us, and thanks for watching.